So right now, I am doing the daunting task of sanding down my car. For one reason only, because I need to paint it. As you can see, it is very rough. And as anybody would do, you'd want to get rid of it, because to me, it looks like shit. But this panel is really yellow, and then this door is really white. The reason why that is because whoever had this car last got into an accident. And when they got into an accident, they hired the most professional person to re-clear coat this car, and they did a phenomenal job of making it look like shit, and making it look like shit, and making it look like shit. So what I end up deciding to do is I'm gonna go wet sand, or at least sand down all the clear coat as much as I possibly can off this panel. This trunk is pretty much already deteriorated. Then you also have the rear bumper that's already starting to start chipping up and doing all of its other random shit that the rest of the corner panels already had a head start doing. And then I just started doing the driver's side panel. And no, I am not doing this with a gun.
You what?
Yeah, I know. But just hear me out here.
Because however it's going to look a lot better than how it currently looks right now. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I know this is not going to be perfect. My main goal in this video is to ensure I get rid of as much yellowing as I possibly can, and then let the clear coat do its job. In a perfect world, I would go ahead and have it resprayed, and then I would let it wait a couple days, then I go ahead and get the clear coat on there, and you wet sand the clear coats so you have the orange peel, and then once you have it exactly the way you want it, to the different grit types that you go up and up the spectrum with, then you go ahead and buff and polish it to make it look beautiful. Because again, main goal here is to get rid of the obvious yellowing that's peeling up, and even if I could hide it as best as I possibly can, that is a win.
Then I ended up having this happen. And of course, this. From this moment on, I thought it was a great idea to pull the car out of the garage into the sunlight and wash her down, because this thing looked like it was absolutely crop dusted on in the dirtiest way possible. And by washing everything down, we were able to get all the contaminants off and continue with the process of getting this car prepped.
Day 2.
So, it is raining outside. That is not the most ideal painting weather. My plan is today is to go ahead, remove off those thin things. For sure the spoiler, which I'm gonna have to go ahead and remove the wrap that's on top of it, just because it's a lot easier to keep it on the car and do it instead of having to hold the spoiler and then peel the wrap off. A lot more work than it would need to be, so I'm gonna go ahead and peel that off first. The issue though is with the top, it is pretty baked on there. This car parks outside, and with it being outside in the hot sun, does not equal a good combination of things. So we're gonna be playing around with that and add some heat to it in hopes to be able to take it off, which that might be a big fucking headache. A big fucking headache. A big fucking headache. A big fucking headache. From there, patch up the holes, sand down the rest of the trunk that we need to, and we'll decide where we're gonna go ahead from there. Now, this is not what you should do, but this is what I'm going to do, and I'm gonna keep this in here. I'm not gonna go ahead and remove this because it would require me to remove the bumper, and I don't wanna do that. I'm not making this a 10 out of 10 job. This is more gonna be like I'm gonna try my best job, and if it works out better, great. And if it doesn't, then I learned my lesson.
Well, lesson's already learned, because I already know you're not supposed to do this.
But I'm just gonna tape this really, really good. And I also don't wanna break the carbon either. So I'm just gonna keep it the way it is, so when it comes time to paint, we'll go ahead and make that all possible.
Day 3.
So the reason I decided to put primer on the car was to cover up some of the remaining peeling clear coat. I worked through a few different grits, starting with 400, moving to 600, and finally sanding it down to 800. The panels were already smooth, but I found it really helped to go through the extra step, sanding everything down, cleaning it off, and then laying the primer on top. That way the paint sticks better and I don't see any flaking or grooves once it's laid down. The primer also helps hide any small imperfections in the clear coat, and even though I sanded as smooth as I could, it just gives an extra layer of protection and ensures a clean, solid finish. In addition, I thought it was a great idea to go ahead and repaint the deck lid on the car. And the reason I decided to paint it on the car is because it's too hard to take off once it's put on. As for the spoiler, this thing was absolutely cooked. I ended up having to repaint it twice because the first time I painted it, there was too many imperfections from me not sanding it down properly, and by sanding it down the second time and respraying it, a better result ended up occurring from it. As for taking out the taillights though, this was a very simple and easy process, but it was necessary in order for me to start painting the car.
So we just got done through the long process of wrapping everything we possibly could on the car, from the windows to the wheels to the whatever else you could see on here. And we ended up wrapping the deck lid with some paper and some tape, which I better not get any paint on because I'm pissed if I do, because I just painted that. And I don't want to remove it because that's more VHB that I got to go buy. And I don't want to do that. So I went the little bit of a lazy route and just wrapped it in some paper and some tape. But overall, we're going to go ahead, make sure we clean all this off with some 91% alcohol. And once we do that multiple times to make sure to get everything off the car, we should finally be ready to paint. One thing I don't like about this paint is it does leave a little bit of splatter marks, which I just saw.
I can see it right there.
Yeah, like right there. So you might notice on my shirt, I've been just wiping it off as I go, just so I can stop that splattering. Really nothing I could do about it other than just keep going, because this is the only paint that matches my car.
On camera, dude, that whole primer spot looks like you didn't even spray it.
It doesn't. But it is, I promise. God, I hate looking back at my cracked screen. Fuck. Another thing to buy.
This should really show that if you're scared about the outcome of working on something, the only way to learn from that is just to fucking do it and fail. I just think it's interesting that when you first got this car, how old are you?
16.
You were 16? We went from putting carbon fiber sticker on your center console trim.
In the same spot, too.
In this,
if you think about
do
it.
you remember? I forget what car show that was, but we were getting this thing detailed.
So I remember we were up till like 2 a.m. polishing this just to lose.
Yeah. Dude, I mean,
it didn't
was
matter.
Still fun though. We learned a lot. We spent so much time working on that to get that carbon fiber sticker on your radio, your old radio trim. Yeah, that's when we discovered the barbecue sauce in your center console. It's just crazy to think we were in this garage doing simple shit like that, and now we're like, to this point, this is just the biggest thing that we've done.
Only time bugs ever fly around.
Look at that away. Oh.
Huh?
There's a bug here.
Where?
Taylor.
Uh-oh.
This is automotive clear coat. That was $25 a can with a little hardener at the bottom. And every video I've watched said use this can. So that's what we're doing here. Little scared to see how it's going to look in natural sunlight, but the only way to find out is when we pull it out. And that sounded very weird all at the same time when we finally just pulled out.
So was this the right way to paint a car? No. Was it the cheapest way I could have done it? Also no. But compared to the yellow destroyed clear coat it had before, this was a massive step forward. 6 cans of Duplicolor Oxford White, 4 cans of 2K Clear, way too many trips to the auto parts stores, and a lot of learning the hard way. I didn't use every product perfectly, I rushed some steps, and it's far from flawless, but prep, patience, and buffing made all the difference in the world. After doing my headlights and seeing how crystal clear they came out, I realized I needed to slow down, stay closer to the panel, and let the clear actually lay down instead of hazing over the paint. It won't last forever, and it was never meant to. This was about seeing how far I could push a rattle can respray and learning what actually matters before doing it right with a spray gun someday. It's a for now win, and sometimes that's exactly what you need. Something that looks better, feels better, and reminds you why you like the car in the first place. From the highs, the mistakes, and everything in between, I'm happy with it. And for now, it does the job.